What's up, guys? My name's Gabriel Varga. I'm a 6-time pro kickboxing world champion, one of the most motivated fighters you will ever meet. But even I know about the days when you just really don't want to leave the house, you're not feeling like your body really wants to go, and you just want to stay at home. But throughout the years, I've found 7 tips to help me stay motivated, to help get me to the gym, to help make the workouts exciting, and today I'm going to share all of them with you. So guys, today we're talking about motivation, something I usually thrive in, but like I already mentioned, sometimes you struggle. Sometimes it's not easy to get up and get out the door, or to be excited about doing another workout when you've already done, for myself, let's say it's a Saturday, I've already done 10 during the week, and then I have to do my 11th on Saturday. Sometimes it's hard to find that burning desire to get out and do it again. So today, starting with point number 1, I want to tell you guys about aiming to improve or match your peak performances. So basically that means as an athlete looking to improve, looking to climb up the ranks, you should constantly be trying to physically improve, physically make steps upwards, become stronger, faster, etc. Now, if you're a more seasoned athlete like myself, somebody who's 36 or getting on in years, and you realize, okay, it's not about me constantly putting new records on the board, but it's about me matching the records that I managed to create when I was 31, 32, 33. So I know that my levels aren't slumping. So how do I do that? Well, I set up certain exercises, drills, workouts where I keep track of the time. For instance, running 400-meter sprints for me, I have a certain time. Every time I go around, I go, okay, this is a good time, this is a bad time, this is my best time, this is like a worst time. And every time I go back to the track, I can work on matching that or even beating it. Chin-ups, same thing. I have a max number of chin-ups, always trying to beat that right now. Push-ups, same thing. Multiple round kicks. I always have things that I'm striving to get better and stronger at, making sure I'm constantly improving. It motivates me sometimes to get to the gym and make sure I have a certain level of competition, even if it's against myself. Actually, sometimes against myself, I think is the best. Point number 2, guys, I'm talking about setting goals and making sure they're short term, so you feel like you're constantly achieving. I know a lot of people set massive goals, especially when they're early in their career, like, whoa, I'm going to be a UFC champion one day, and that goal is so far off that a lot of times people lose steam. They have trouble envisioning that dream coming to fruition. After a year or two, they're struggling. They haven't made it to the UFC yet. They haven't made any big headway, and they just go, oh, you know what? It's not happening. I'm not UFC champion yet. I'm going to just give up. That's why I've always believed in constantly setting small goals. Step by step, you climb your way up to the eventual massive goal that you wanted. And for me, that was the way I always stayed motivated, and I never lost hope that I was going to eventually reach my potential. I didn't even really know what my potential was. It was just initially win a Canadian title. Then I was like, oh, okay, I want to win a North American title, then an amateur world title. And then I went, well, I might as well try for a pro world title. I've come this far. And that eventually led to a Glory World title, a Bellator world title, a Hero Legends title, WKN, WKF. But I achieved all those because I set the small goals. So set yourself small goals so you're constantly either week or monthly or, halfway through the year, you're reaching goals and you're constantly feeling like you're moving forward and making headway. Next up, and I want you to really think on this one, it's being aware that your time as a competitor, your time in the world as an athlete is precious. It's limited. It's going to expire at some time. I'm coming to the end of my career right now, and I know I only have a year or 2, maybe 3 left where I'm going to be an active competitor, and I've really got to savor it because one day it's going to be gone, and that helps motivate me on the days right now where I'm like, oh, my leg's a little sore, my shoulder's kinked, or, I've been doing this now for 12, 13 years, and I'm finding hard to get motivated. I go, okay, remember, it's going to be over very soon, and I need to make sure I really take advantage of the time I have left. I think for everybody out there, that's a great tip. Even if you're not an active competitor, realizing at some point, going in and doing your big, hard sparring sessions, you're not going to be able to do that anymore. So go in and enjoy it and realize that this time is precious. Next up, guys, when we're talking about motivation, I want to talk about slumps. Don't let yourself fall into a slump. How do we avoid a slump? Well, we never let it happen in the first place by not taking time off. Whenever we take time off, we're making headway, and then we take time off. We're like, oh, we'll take a month or two off. I'll get back into martial arts or weightlifting or running, in a little bit. And then all of a sudden you're hard pressed to find the motivation you need to get back in, because that time off is no good for you. Maybe short little spurts of time off. I need a week because I'm injured, something like that. Just need to recharge the batteries. But time off is going to hinder your motivation. Don't do it to yourself. Always keep trucking forward, moving upwards bit by bit by bit. Tip number 5, avoid excuses. Excuses destroy motivation. What do I mean by this? Well, some people come up with like, oh, I'm too busy. Oh, I don't have enough money for training. Oh, I don't have enough support to be an active competitor. There's so many excuses that can arise. Don't let that happen. If you want to get to the gym, you want to be a champion, you want to be somebody who achieves something in the world of martial arts, you can't let excuses slow you down. You don't have enough support, use that as fuel. Let it fire you and get you to the gym to show everybody that you're going to push through and you're going to do what they say you can't do. You don't have enough money, you think. Stop going out, stop spending it on alcohol, stop doing this and that and all these things which we really don't need in life. Some people think they're too busy, but guess what? There's always 20, 30 minutes throughout the day where you can stay active, you can get a little workout in. I call these impromptu workouts. If I'm around the house and I find myself with an extra 20, 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, quick, I'm going to do 200 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, 100 jumping jacks, and 50 chin-ups, and I'm just going to go and I'm going to do it before I have time to really think about it. The excuses slow you down. Don't let yourself get in a habit of making them. Occasionally, a little excuse is okay, but a habit of them is just going to be detrimental to any dreams you want to achieve, especially in the martial arts world. Number 6, be around the right training partners, coach, friends. These 3 groups, having the right people around you, will fuel your motivation because you know they're going to be there. They're going to show up. They're going to be putting in time to help make you better, help make themselves better, and you get excited by the prospect of going and seeing these people and working off each other's energy. And if you're somebody who generally does solo workouts, try to find someone to do something with. It might be a running partner, it might be a bag work partner, it might be somebody to do some light sparring with. Having somebody there who's going to fuel your energy and your motivation is perfect. And I've had to do this in my life, kind of cut out people who weren't wanting to live the same lifestyle, make the same improvements in life, big dreams, big goals. Those people who don't want that, I had to get rid of them because you know what? It's just pulling me down. It's dragging me down. We need to have the right people in our lives because that is 100% motivating for you. And tip number 7, guys, picture your dream very often. Use visualization and let it motivate you. If you don't use visualization, you never imagine yourself reaching the top of your potential, reaching that goal. It's very hard to go in and put in all the training sessions when you don't really know what the end goal could be. But having that end goal within sight, you're able to look at it and go, okay, at some point after I reach all my small goals, which we already talked about, this is something that I can make happen. Visualization is one of the most powerful training tools you can have. It can be used for big goals, big dreams. It can be used pre-fight to imagine yourself winning, imagine yourself executing the perfect game plan. It can be used to face your biggest fears, things that you think are going to scare you. You imagine them, you play the situation out in your mind so that when it actually comes to fruition, you are able to face it. You've already done it in your mind so many times. Picturing your dreams often is going to be something that fuels that motivation and drives you to the gym, keeps you going and trucking forward on your way to achieving your dream. Now guys, there are so many little other things that we can do to find motivation, little things like for myself, when I go to the track, I need to make sure a lot of times I have the right music, I have the right tunes to make sure that I'm going to have that extra motivation to run those 400-meter sprints, which I hate, which are my least favorite run. But when the right song comes on, boom, I'm good to go. But those are just small little things that I don't really need to talk about today. You know little ways to fuel yourself, to give yourself that extra little fire to push. But we're talking more today about getting out the door. overall motivation, not just in the moment, sort of pre-training session motivation. I hope you guys found these 7 tips somewhat helpful. I hope it helps get you out the door to the gym and ultimately for somebody out there, achieve your dream of being a world champion. Guys, if you enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. If you haven't already, join the channel, get subscribed. Train hard, guys. I'll see you back here soon for another video.